hello to my Capricorns. Capricorns, this is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. You all have a video that is in the queue and it is still processing, which is weird, but it's still processing. So if you happen to have a pop-up video, it's been processing it's still processing. I just don't know how long it's going to take to actually load. So if it loads just randomly, just know that it was filmed before this video. So it's still processing. So anywho, I decided to film a video so you all didn't think everybody else's video was up and you all didn't have one. So didn't forget about you. It's still processing. So all right, let's do this. Okay, so I am channeling energy. So if I happen to pick up on your energy, and I'm sure I will, I'm trying to enlighten you. To help bring you to a higher frequency, okay? All right, and if it doesn't resonate with you, then pray for people who could be on the lower frequency, okay? All right, the moon, I believe, has moved into Scorpio. So when the moon moves into Scorpio, that is about breaking cycles, chains, and curses, unhealthy and wounded emotions around money and around maybe romantic relationships, okay? Let's do it. Let's see what's going on. Today is a gift. Yeah. Let's go. I would suggest that you all listen to root chakra healing music, or just listen to chakra healing music. So hopefully everybody's had a good day. I know I certainly did. So all right, get out, touch the grass, get out in nature. You all are earth signs, so get out in nature on a regular basis. Certainly out in the sunshine. I don't know what the weather is where everyone is, but start saying today is a gift. Like basically start saying every day is a gift, really, no matter what the weather is. So yeah, so the moon, I believe, moved from Libra into Scorpio. So think about Scorpio as being like looking like the number 8, because it connects us with the death card, right? But it rules 8th house. When you think about the number 8 and you turn it to the side, it looks like an infinity symbol. And so think about, do you want to remain connected to or chained to energies that are not passionate, resourceful, and brave, right? And detaching from energies that are jealous, secretive, and obstinate, right? And so think, is it affecting you? Is it affecting you, right? Not because somebody else is telling you about somebody else, but is it you? Are you picking up the phone, calling people? Are you visiting people? So it's not an imbalance. Are you reaching out to energies, right? You're a receiving zodiac sign, but it has to, you talking about relationships, there should be a balance. Are you reaching out to your manager? Are you reaching out to family members that you're connected to? Or are they the ones that's always reaching out? So, unless that chain is broken. So yeah, this is about Mercury. Mercury is the messenger planet. See this infinity symbol here? Yeah, unless something is just broken. Yeah, unless the relationship is broken. So, yeah. But that's why I said to you all, like, I could, like I said, the video is in the queue, it's just spinning. It's just on pride, like somebody pressed this, enter button. It's just processing. I'm not even going to assume what it could be. So I just said, you know what, let me film another video, and when it goes up, I don't know what time it's going to go up, I don't know, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, who knows. But anyway, it was previously filmed, so I just filmed another one. So again, source is saying you have an opportunity to when it comes to communication, because this connects us with Mercury, which is the communication planet, you have an opportunity to just be in receiving mode, which is your default, whether you're a man or woman, or you can reach out, right? Both are communication. Many different forms of communication: text message, email, phone call, car, bus, plane, Batman, Dakota ring, smoke signals, pop locking, moonwalking, roller skating. You get the point, right? So the Magician card. So here we have, yeah, Ace of Pentacles here. So it looks like a lot of money is coming to you, right? Right. So here's the Empress card here. So I'm saying your abundance and your prosperity growing, wherever you are. Here's the Hierophant card. Wheel of Fortune. Death, rebirth. Four of Cups. Seven of Cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and Two of Cups. Alrighty, righty. Let's break it down. Break it down. Break it down. So, let's see. Okay, let's separate the major from the minor arcana here. Okay, let's break this down. So today is a gift. Alrighty. So message, right? So, for instance, when Mercury is retrograde, and I know Mercury is no longer retrograde, but Mercury could be post-shadow retrograde right now. So that could be part of the reason. If you all have been tuned in, if you all remember when I was saying, like, I was having some kind of like sound issues, which a lot of people were telling me, I can't hear you. It sounds like it's far away. It sounds like it's, you know, instead of getting stressed out about it, it's like, okay, well, Mercury is retrograde. Some people were even coming back saying, well, nobody else's microphone is messing up. Okay, that's them. Right? Bottom line is, source is saying, no matter what's going on, you're appreciative when people communicate with you. They're communicating. And so you just kind of go with it, right? You try to fix something and you just move on, right? So source is saying to you here, you are learning how, when you're communicating, what's healthy, like what you're investing your time in and what you're not investing your time in. So if it's unhealthy and wounded and people are, you know, pouring poison into your ear gate and eye gate, you're not investing anything else into that. Yeah, that's not worth your time. You're going to feel like a whole new person, right? So you're trying to grow your abundance and your prosperity, right? Yeah, so somebody is a very patient person here. You're a very, very patient person. Something was fated to happen. Yeah, something was fated to happen. Something was going to end. You could have had a dream. Let me help somebody with the death card here. If you ever have a dream about somebody dying or something like that, it doesn't necessarily mean a person is going to die. It could literally mean that somebody is closing out a cycle. Literally could mean like somebody's closing out a cycle. Like somebody could have not told you that they're getting a new job or that they're going into a rebirth. They could be starting a new business. They could be going to school. They could be, somebody could, like this card right here doesn't always mean somebody is actually pregnant, right? This could mean that somebody's gifts are growing. Like these fish here on this person's back could mean that somebody's spiritual gifts are growing. You know, if you ever heard somebody say, I had a dream about fish, right? Usually you may hear like an older person say that, right? Somebody's aunt or grandparent or something like that said, oh, I had a dream about fish last night. Somebody must be pregnant. Everybody's looking around, you know, shifty-eyed. Not me, not me, not me, right? Then you find out, oh, how did you know? I knew somebody was pregnant, right? So, but you can also be pregnant with gifts. Like your gifts could be growing, right? And so that's what dream interpretation is about. And that's why I talk about like another form of communication is just journaling. Start journaling, right? Your gifts could be growing. Your spiritual gifts could be growing, right? Especially if you're around other energies whose spiritual gifts are growing, or you're part of a family who is really gifted. You can be around people their gifts are growing as your gifts are growing, right? Especially if you're near water, right? Right, or you're near the elements. So something was fated to happen, right? And so you're going through some kind of a rebirth, right? So your gifts are growing. You're going through a very powerful transformation. And so when you feel like your back is against the wall, you tap in. You tap into those gifts through prayer. Through prayer. So again, today is a gift, right? And here we have the Seven of Cups here. So energies did not get away with what they may have said about you or said about someone else being a snake. You just had an awakening. You had some kind of an awakening, an eye-opening something in terms of your personal and your professional life. The scales from your eyes have been removed, and you realize that somebody is actually a soulmate, right? A soulmate, right? So this is like your spirit, like it creatively, you've gotten off the fence and became enlightened about your spiritual gifts. And that's what it is, right? So a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled because you're having an awakening. You're having some kind of an awakening. So whether it happens slowly or it happens, like it feels like like you're having a Kundalini experience. Because some people will call a person a snake. Oh, they just slithered away. They just stopped calling. They just stopped coming around. That's very low vibrational and that's very negative, right? Some people just have an awakening. Okay, it's just time to close out a cycle. It's just time to close out a cycle. Some people get tired of being the first one that's calling. First, just always coming around, calling first, and keep hearing the same thing. Oh, I was going to call you. Oh, I was going to stop by. Some people just say, okay, to give it a couple more times, and then they just stop, right? They say, okay, just wait, right? Like this person has their hand in there, they just wait, and then they just stop. They just move on, like this, right here. So think of it this way, when you're talking about relationships, whether it's your personal or your professional life, you have to put just as much in as you want back. You wouldn't just expect for your manager to just keep giving you a raise if you're not justifying why you deserve a raise at work. This is how you're climbing a ladder. Snakes do have a spine, right? But if you're just waiting on the raise, that's what this is. Your manager just sitting there like, is this person ever gonna give me their review? You gonna give me a copy of their review? Or am I gonna have to sit here and wait for it? Right? So somehow somebody has a little, I don't know, and again, take only what you, because all of this is in receiving mode. All of this, except this. Somebody is around some energies who, you could be around some energies who are sort of influencing you to just wait and be in receiving mode. Just be patient. And that would be high vibrational. Just wait. If something will come to you, but the fair energy would say, don't just wait. There is a sending and receiving of communication. Because if you're just sitting back and waiting, then if you're doing this in the workplace, your manager is going to be like, okay, this person, we're just going to have to pass that person up. Because that doesn't always work in love relationships. Just sitting back waiting. Imagine you and somebody the same way in a love relationship. Y'all just sitting back, just waiting. Right? So y'all are just sitting back waiting. That could be a soulmate, right? That's the same as a twin flame. Soulmate and twin flames are not the same. Oh, I told you that they would call. I told you that they would just stop by if you just waited it out while you're sitting back being depressed. Stressed out, depressed. I told you that the money would come through. Just wait. Just be patient. Just be patient. The money is going to come to you. It's going to just come. You just have to wait. Sometimes you have to pick up the phone and call just to see, if people have the right address, to see if, sometimes you just have to check, right? So 4 of Pentacles. Source is trying to teach you how to be more conservative with your time, whoever you are. This is 4 of Pentacles. So that you're not stressed out. Source is trying to teach somebody balance. This is 4 of Pentacles here. So balance all of your earth, air, fire, water. Balanced out in all elements. So you're not getting depressed. So that's what I'm seeing for somebody here. So 4 of Pentacles here. Yeah, so you're not in tears. Yeah, so somebody's not sitting around lamenting. So I see you putting a manhole cover over the past. It's a lot of water in the cards, but it's unhealthy. Something is unhealthy for somebody because this death card right here is putting someone into depression. And it's actually, Source really wants somebody to keep their vibrations high because it is, this is 4 and 7 is 11, means that Source wants you to get off the fence and become enlightened about how to take action, not to just sit back and wait. This is where Source is saying exercise your gifts. This is where your gifts have to be exercised. Like really exercise your gifts. So what Source really is wanting somebody to be around is people that's going to lead you to water and then give you an option to decide what you want to drink. Because otherwise, somebody is just restricting their gifts until they dry up. This right here, 8, this is a destiny swap. This is what a destiny swap looks like. 8, this is another way of swapping your gifts. This is another way of swapping your gifts. Right? What somebody is teaching you, Capricorn, is how to swap destinies, right? This is what somebody is teaching you in a very unhealthy way. There's a Scorpio that's teaching somebody how to swap destinies. A Scorpio has taught in a very sneaky way, right? But they didn't get away with anything. How to restrict someone's gifts. Let me show y'all something. Okay, then this is just for the purpose of teaching you something, not for you to try it because it always backfires. So people can, you know, but for the purpose of it backfiring, right? Because it can really mess up your numbers in readings, right? There's a very low vibrating Scorpio in the midst of something, and I speak very highly of zodiac signs. This is just for the purpose of teaching though, right? So let's say you start a YouTube channel, like this YouTube channel, right? And so somebody wants to copy your entire flow. Let's say you have a friend or family member who wants your channel is doing very well. Let's say you have 100 what would be the count for monetization? I forgot, but whatever the amount, like what 4,000 view hours, whatever for you to monetize your channel, right? Whatever that is, the views and visits. So there's many different ways that people swap destinies. So somebody has taught someone else in how to sit back and copy someone's entire channel, for example, like somebody's entire flow, right? Somebody says sit back and just watch how they do everything, right? And this would be like your family member or friend. Somebody went to somebody who thinks they're a master at this, but I'm not even going to tell you how this is going to backfire because I'm going to leave that off social media, right? Because somebody was impulsive, and that's how it's going to backfire on them. So somebody decided to get off the fence. So 4 and 7 is 11. 11 is a master number. So it's basically like the dark, this is an initiation, but like the dark side and the light side decided to say, okay, together we're going to get off, we're going to take the dark side of you, but we're going to you're going to be the opposition. So you're going to do the opposite of what Capricorn does, right? So this is about relationships, right? So this is how it's like sitting back and watching a a bad manager for years and then saying, oh, okay, I don't have to do anything but do the opposite of what that manager does, and then I'm a good manager, right? I just take everything the bad manager did and just be a good manager. Okay, see everything that people complain about and do the opposite of that. Now they went on to put a whole lot of work into it. Sort of the king, same thing, right? Somebody said back they did no work whatsoever, no effort, no nothing. So you don't really know if they're gifted and talented or if they were even called to do that, right? The danger with that is if you're not operating in your north node, somebody can come and do the same thing to you, right? Because that doesn't last that long. If you're not operating, if you weren't called by source to do it, it doesn't last that long. You spend more time copying people than answering your call in your life, right? This energy right here has a God complex. So you're thinking, okay, this is a member of my soul tribe because I got somebody to do something, and you're looking at somebody's numbers on their channel. You're saying, okay, the numbers are drying up. Their creativity is drying up. It's going to run out. No, whenever people tap into source, their creativity just keeps going and going and going and going and going. And you eventually feel left out because you don't know what they're creating. You have no idea what they're creating. You feel now restricted. So now your destiny has been swapped. So somebody doesn't even realize when you're in that position, somebody is making you work harder because of your gifts and your talents. Somebody is swapping your destiny because they got you where they want you. Because you're not answering the call on your life. You know what I'm saying? That's how some people never get promoted in their department, because they like their manager, like, you just stay here, I'm gonna take care of you. So you so scared to leave because you're like, okay, I'm not gonna get any better than this. Your manager's like, okay, no, you just stay here, I'm gonna take care of you. You like, yeah, 3 of Cups. So your wishes are being fulfilled, you see right now, and then these 3 energies are like, oh, they're talking about people behind their backs. They're celebrating and talking about people behind their back. The source is saying to you, no, your water never dries up when you're tapping into the living water. Your water never dries up because now you learn how to send that spell work back. You learn how to send it back because you're doing the mirror work, because you're called by source. That's how you raise your frequency. That's how you raise your frequency. All right. And come out of being, and come out of this right here. Come out of being sacrificed. Justice is in your favor, and they're having a tower moment now. You never want to practice dark magic. Never. You want to recognize when somebody's been practicing it on you, but no, you don't want to practice that mess. Yeah, they're delusional. So intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. Somebody felt like somebody was a soulmate. There's a difference between soulmate and twin flame. Somebody was impulsive. Somebody, whoever is connected to you, Capricorn, never ever thought that you would figure out that they copied literally every single thing that you did. You did something first. They copied literally everything. Because you were already in your flow, your creative flow. They literally copied everything. And the way the source is going to show it to you is it's going to show you, this is how, like, this is why, you know, when you and somebody are part of the same soul tribe, source is going to show you a date stamp. They did theirs after you did yours. So source needs to show you in the physical sense. This is the person you had their back You had their back. And this is an open enemy. They needed to show the shadow to you. That's why it's so draining at first. You just can't figure out for the life of you, how are my gifts drying up? And I'm just like, I'm working super hard, and I feel like my ideas are drying. They're not drying up. This is where you pour into yourself. This is where you say, okay, I'm gonna tap in, I'm gonna pour into me. That's how you make the tower fall on them. Yeah, you're going in. Source is protecting you. Source is protecting you. They're the one that's delusional, not you. Whoever you are. So somebody will get it. Somebody will get it. Somebody could be on a job right now where you're supposed to be in a leadership position. Not necessarily that you're vying for your manager's position, okay? Just so we're crystal clear, you're not competing with your manager. You're not trying to get somebody fired. But source is saying you're supposed to be in a leadership position, possibly in another department. And so you don't want to block your own blessing, not operating in your North Node. Yeah, so this is where you learn how to be more conservative with your time. Yeah, you're not trying to get somebody fired. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, this karmic couple, they're sending out the wrong message. Oh, just wait till somebody comes to you and, you just do little work, like little to no work. No. You have an assignment. Source is giving you an assignment. Source is giving you an assignment. So you're a cheerful giver. You're a cheerful giver. So you have to put work into it. Yeah, so you're going back. That's a conversation. Okay, what do you want me to do next, Source? Okay, you're getting your instruction from Source, right? Who do you want me to pour into? So you're excited about getting an assignment. You actually feel lazy when you're just sitting back, just doing nothing. Okay, I'm just waiting on this person to call me. I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Like, and that's exactly what these energies want you to do. Sit there and just, your energy just be siphoned. Like, yeah, mental conflict. You just couldn't, because that's not normal to just be sitting there just waiting on something. You feel like you want to get up and do something, right? So yeah, prosperity begins. Yeah, somebody's having a tower moment because they are hot. You hear me? They are hot mad. Because somebody assumed that you were just going, you're having a total, this is what this is, a total recall. Total recall. You're like, I feel like I should be productive because y'all are a very hardworking zodiac sign. It just feels unnatural being ruled by Saturn for you all not to work. Like that just I'm telling y'all, it almost feel like you're about to turn into stone to not be doing something. That just feels super lazy. To just be sitting there just waiting. So you have all of these gifts and talents and just sitting there waiting. Like what? So it's time to dream even bigger. So your gifts have increased. Yeah, so somebody has a very prideful spirit. So dance around your home as if no one is watching. But yeah, it's time to heal your wounded self. But sacral chakra cleanse. Yeah, something is just very wounded and very toxic, but somebody regrets lying to you about something. Anyway, treat yourselves to a spa day. Root chakra cleanse. You're pulling something up at the root. Yeah, but somebody met their match. Yep, your well of joy is within you. The earth sign, they met their match. Because I'm telling y'all, somebody is reliable. Somebody is very patient. Someone is very sensual. Somebody is also very analytical. Somebody is very practical and loyal. And you're disciplined, you're responsible, and very wise. And put all of that together with a work ethic. People are like, okay, this person is very gifted and talented. They're compassionate, they're intuitive, they're protective. This energy is very passionate about what they do. They're resourceful, they're brave. They're very empathetic, they're artistic, and also deeply spiritual. Like, we hit the freaking jackpot, and somebody wants you to sit on that. Here we have, you have the gift of deja vu. That's remembering the future. Somebody feels like they've already been there before. So you have the gift of premonition. That's forewarning. And you made a positive impact on whoever it is. But you're letting go and letting God. Yeah, your mental health is just as important as this is what I was talking about. It'll drive a person, a creative person who wants to create, just sitting back waiting. And you're just like, okay, what am I waiting on again? It's like you want to be of service, you want to do something, like you want to contribute something, and people just, oh no, you just gotta wait, you know, you'll wait, just wait. Somebody, they'll call you, they'll reach out to you, they'll do that. You're just like, I want to do something, I just want to create. What can I do? Anyway, I'm expressive. 27, your mind is wide open, and you're tolerant, and you're compassionate towards all ways of life. You value freedom of expression, and you want to improve the conditions of people, whether in your community, country, or the world at large. Yeah, so somebody wants to improve, like somebody wants to be of service, somebody really, really wants to help. But in a toxic environment, you know, some of the scales are falling from somebody's eyes. Somebody's just like, something just seems like a setup for failure. 27. So yeah, finding. So these butterflies right here, just right here lets me know that someone is in a very creative space. Yeah, somebody's in a very creative space. Going through a metamorphosis. This is 9 is a creative number. Somebody is determined to create, like just be in a very creative space, which is great, right? Somebody's a very hardworking person, and I'm seeing getting to financial independence, which is nice. So yeah, so I feel like somebody, whoever you are, like I said, if you're in a working environment, I don't see you going for your manager's job. That's horrible when people do that. They're like, oh, I should be in their space. When people are toxic in workspaces, you don't have to do that. So awakening, but oh my Lord, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense. Yeah, just wake up. The source has been trying. That's what a spiritual awakening feels like. Like you're gradually waking up, gradually. Like the scales are gradually, like being removed from your eyes. But yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to be a toxin in an environment to move on. It's like, okay, I've grown an environment. I don't want to be toxic in an environment, so let me just move on. So whoever you are, good luck. That is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. But yeah, you got a lot of good things headed your way. So like I said, hang in there with yourself. Hang in there with yourself. You're having a tower moment, which is a good tower moment. You're just having a total recall. Not to be impulsive, but to just get structured and organized. You rule 10th house. Your zodiac sign may not be Capricorn in your 10th house, but find out what your north node is, and you just be as creative in that north node. This is creative in that north node. You'll see how quickly things speed up when you're operating in your purpose, your calling. All right, bye.